Okay, now that we have our participant list saved and we have our device IDs associated with our students, we're ready to actually start polling the students. So the first thing we want to do is, of course, we have our Launchpad open already, but if we didn't, we would open that. And then we'd like to reset our session because we want to make sure that everything is cleared out. Then we'll go up to participant list. And assuming that we've already got a participant list set up as we did in the previous videos, we click on the list that we want to poll. So I've chosen my class 101. And then we just hit the poll button. Okay, you'll notice that up here you have the polling window. It says polls are closed. There are lots of different things here you can deal with, but we want to just keep it simple and just make sure we can poll. So now this is TurningPoint Anywhere, and so you could actually use this to poll anything you like. You could ask questions directly to the class and poll. You could choose a website, a PowerPoint, a Keynote, PDFs, whatever you like. So I have some stuff here in Keynote, and so you could imagine I have a class, and here's some questions. So I start the slide presentation. Notice that my polling window is up here. I can move that around. I can click this button and make it smaller so that it's minimized. And so students would then see this question: what color is the sky? I click the play button and open polling. Notice that the number is turned green, and then students will then respond. I've responded. I'm the only one here with the clicker, so there's one response. And so after your students have responded, you can give a countdown and then just hit the stop key. Then you'll notice that the results pop up. So from this I can see that the students understand that the sky is blue, of course. And then I can close that window and click on the slide to advance to the next slide and question who was the president in 2011. And so I can click this button to open polling again. Notice it went back to 0. And then students will respond. Hit the stop button, and then you can see that I answered to George Bush, which is incorrect, so that tells me something about how the class might respond. I can close this window again, and then the slide presentation is over. And then if I liked, I could ask the students, anything I wanted just off the top of my head. How do you feel about these quizzes? You can answer by clicking 1 if they were helpful, or 2 if they were not helpful. And so you could open the polling again, and then the students could click 1 and then close the polling, and then you have that. So notice I did not need to have anything open. I didn't need any particular software to be open, not PowerPoint or Keynote. I could just poll with a general question. So once I'm done with that, I'll get this Keynote out of the way. Let's just delete that, get that out of the way. Then I'm going to come back over here and I'm going to click on my TurningPoint Anywhere. I'm going to go over here to Window, and I'm going to open the Launchpad up. And now I've got my question list. And so I could enter questions there. In addition, I'm going to go to Sessions, and I want to view this session. So notice the first thing you see over here is you see questions. They're listed here, question 1, 2, and 3. We just had 3 questions. And then participants are listed as well. And notice this is a participant list from a previous video. I only got 1 clicker, so you see that I've only got 1 clicker ID there, but this is a list of participants who would have actually participated in the quiz. So there are a couple of things you'll notice here. There's this chart. You can click on that, and then you'll see whatever the responses were for that particular question. There's also the camera. If you click on that, it's going to give you a screenshot of whatever was up on the screen when you actually took that quiz. So this is great for helping you remember exactly what the questions were, at least if you have them in a PowerPoint or a Keynote. And so now, of course, the next thing you might want to do is to give the correct responses. So there could have been many responses. The correct answer was 1. I was the only one who clicked. There would be more responses here if students had chosen from the other responses that were on the slide. Let me just bring that up again. So if students had chosen 2 or 3, then here you would have seen 2 and 3. And then you simply go over here, and where it says no value, click on that tab, and you can select this as being correct. If you do, it will turn green, and any other responses students might have had here will turn red. So it will know to grade the quizzes by letting number 1 for question 1 be the correct response. So I can simply click on the others. I don't remember what the question was. The correct answer there was Obama. So the correct answer is 1. Notice that I answered 2, so that both answers are there. So I'm going to put here that this is correct. The software automatically knows any students who answered 2 is incorrect. You'll notice that as I did this over here, I was the only one taking the quiz, but I got 100%, or the class got 100% on that. So this will be the percentage from the class. It should match the percentage that you see over here. And then, of course, I was the only one taking the quiz doing question 2, so 0% because I actually answered that one incorrectly. And then question 3, this is a question for which we only wanted to know their responses, so there's no right or wrong answer for this, so I'll just leave that alone. So I'll just close this window now. And you see I'm back here at my Launchpad. And so what I need to do now, and make sure I do this, I need to save this session. So when I hit the Save Session, it's going to give me a default name, which is going to be New Session, and it's going to be a timestamp. Everything is saved in the Sessions folder, but I could go here and change and save this on my thumb drive or desktop. I always like to put some sort of name here so that I know what it is. So I might say Class 101, so I know that that's the actual session. And then I save this session, and now I'm all done. All that's been saved. And if you're going to another class with your laptop or computer, you might want to hit Reset Session right here so that you can be ready to go. So in the next video, what we'll talk about is how you actually export those results to a spreadsheet, and then you can upload them if you like to Course Compass or Blackboard or wherever you want to, or just average your grades in your spreadsheet as you do. All right, thanks.